Isaac and I are napping. We can't fall asleep. How are you guys doing? It's been kind of weird the last few days. This tells me we're in for a very interesting season. Mars is about to go retro. Please look at where you have Mars in your chart. That's going to be where these energies will really, I'm hearing transition. You'll most likely find that you're feeling sort of like shit's changing. I'm hearing shit's hitting the walls. Forget the fan, it's the walls. You don't wait for this fan to splatter it on the wall, it goes straight on the way. So, Mars is a very fast moving energy. Very, very quick paced. And so when it's in retro, interestingly, I'm seeing here that it's actually going to spin and spiral. For some, I mean, this is a time people are going to be out of control. For some, not for everyone, but for some, depending on different factors. But it's just been like very weird. I feel like this is the last little spurt that we have until the co-ruler Scorpio goes retrograde. This is meanwhile to 5 other planets going retrograde. Some of you here, yeah. So, we'll first talk about astrology, maybe, and then maybe we'll do like some channeling. But yeah, this is gonna be a time with Mars retro. This is just my personal take on the Astros. This is going to be a time where we're really going to look at also more clearly how it is that we harness our personal Martian energy, if at all. Well, we're always harnessing every archetype of energy. But some archetypes are not so clear to us. Sometimes it's like, do you realize you're channeling your Mars energy right now? It's like, it's like, yeah. So, yeah, this is gonna, in other words, be a time where I feel like if there has been a lack, well, I'm hearing even, how do we say, a lacking capacity to really feel confident as well with channeling of whatever energy. I feel like that's gonna become really obvious to you, to everybody. It's like, wow. It's like, I guess I'm not really as aware of how I need my needs met than I thought. So it's a time where we may realize that certain things are kind of more important as well than we maybe laid out, right? Mars is that sort of like childlike, impulsive energy. By the way, this is a channeled space. This is a channeling in addition to just talking astro. So, hey Ryan, yeah, you can't sleep? Yeah. It's been pretty crazy, these transits. Wow, a lot of people. Wow. Hey guys. Wow. Yeah, so I feel like, yeah, Spirit is like preparing us for a huge shift, but first we have to kind of, I'm hearing go down, obviously, as with every retro. Usually when a planet, let's go through retro. This is also not just you. It's important to remember that, people around you, right? Like people like family members, maybe going through stuff, right, at this time. Well, they are definitely going through stuff at this time, but it may appear like not much is happening, but there's a lot happening on the frequential planes, and that's where people may feel like, oh my god, like everything sucks right now. It's like, no, you're just going through a transit and you have to do your shadow work. But yeah, if you don't realize like what is really at play, and that's where people think, oh no, I just have so-called anxiety, or I have so-called this, or I have so-called that. You don't have. You're a timeless capsule of your experience, and how do you connect to that authentically? We're talking about that earlier today. So, it was by accident. I picked up like a really his tooth kind of snagged on my finger, so yeah, he went to grab the toy. Yeah, let's clear the signal on the root down the right side body. Yeah, but it's all good. Just a little. I don't have a proper band-aid, so it looks a lot like Um, bigger. Um, I gotta get like a proper band-aid at some point. But yeah, I mean, even just like going outside, it's just been. There's so many reptile. Oh, sorry, can we just like pull the elephant by the necktie out of the room? It's like, hi everybody. What is he doing here? It's like there's a huge elephant just lurking the plane right now, and the plane being 3D. Okay, planet Earth that we're on right now, this reptilian frequency is just like running rampant. It's like, I mean, I haven't been able to have I'm seeing dark energy here. I haven't been able to have a proper day out without, let's back it up with throat chakra, like this awkward energy, and it's like, it's almost everybody. It's like you're rarely meeting someone who is like low key, okay? Yeah, so I don't know. This is personally. Yeah, Andre, I am feeling that. Yeah, there's something, definitely. So with the retros, usually shit starts to feel, like, really bad. Sometimes. Okay, but hey, I mean, the more so-called ahead of the curve you are, the better. And, just being, I guess, aware of astrology really helps. Imagine people who have absolutely no interest in astrology. So, who believe that they have no interest. Okay, I mean, so anyways, Mars, to begin with, is that sort of throat chakra, that point where, we just kind of like will act, and the point where, let's clear that shit. Let's clear that. We're not here for that. Let's clear it. Okay. Okay, so there are definitely, yeah, people here who are also going to just make an absolute foolio of themselves. Oh golly. Yeah, it's like, why am I like coming off so childish to all my friends? It's like, because, well, yeah, this is not appropriate even. It's like, I feel like the players are gonna start feeling like, this is an example. People who were like, taking advantage of that Mars energy back in the day. It's like, this is all going to add up. This is Saturn retro at the same time, Uranus, Jupiter. Yeah, so, and pre-shadow, post-shadow still of certain other planets. Let's back up here on the sacral. So, but, things get kind of weird, and then they get really good. For those who are quick to jump and jive with the downloads, right? Every transit has downloads from spirit. So, that's what I'm getting coming through here from guides. Some of you obviously going to hear back from people. I wouldn't entertain anybody new coming through with a Mars retro. But maybe that's me personally, I mean, maybe you're different. Personally, I don't want to have anything to do with, Siri just literally went off. it was like, I don't know how to respond to that. Um, that might be a nice tagline to use, you know? It's like for people trying to also like pressure you or muscle you into like some kind of like plan that you know you're not really like gonna want to like see follow through in the long term. Hey Silky9, what's up? So some of you're gonna be the love of your life after this transit, so just hold out. Personally, I would never want to have a long-term situation with someone I meet during a Mars retro. Personally, I feel like people you meet during a Mars retro, you know, for the very, but hey, I mean, it may be contrary. Maybe that is not the truth for you, right? So, and hey, we always keep an open mind. We're always learning things with the zodiac. Um, let's back it up with retrograde, but like personally, um, yeah, let's back it up and clear that shit out of the throat chakra. So yeah, for some of you, let's back it up again. Let's clear it again. I feel like I'm doing like a park. Okay, back it up. Just like get the car right straight next to the edge of the sidewalk. Okay. um, you know. So some of you like, yeah. Interesting that we don't drive. We don't drive a car because we're so busy driving through the Astro. Okay. Hey Neil. We didn't see you earlier. How are you doing? I sound like a stalker. Okay, I sound like good. Yeah. Grandmother vibes. So, anyways, you know, stage 1 is feeling like a motherly with Isaac, going straight to grandmother. Okay, so yeah, some of you like you're just gonna hear some of the silliest shit. I mean, that was coming through the other day. Let's back it up. Someone may, oh god, I mean, I don't really want to. I mean, but it's news. Okay, someone's gonna try to like accuse you of something so silly. Okay, you're trying to find a better word for what's it? Yeah, I mean, is there a better word to describe this so that it's not sounding silly? Like, no, it's silly. It's super silly and like, yeah. And some of you, this is something you just are gonna be like, I don't want to deal with this. Like, why is this weirdo posting? You know, I'm hearing what's up pictures. Some of you, I would be I would be very careful with who you're sending your private business to. Let's clear that shit. I'm gonna get you after this is up. I'm gonna spit in your third eye and that of your brother too. You heard? Let's clear the energy. Let's clear it down. You got a good squeegee. You better start because I'll finish it up after this live. Let's back it up and clear the throat chakra. Yeah, no, that's a for sure statement right there. Okay? Yeah. As for yeah, as is right. Your faux knockoff that you got around your neck there. Okay, that reminds me of the King of Pentacles card. Bye. Okay, we got no time. We got absolutely yeah. Zero. I don't know. Spirit wants to pronounce it like that. Wow, do we have a troll in the chat right then and there? Damn, did not even see a minute of it. Well, let's clear the energy. So, yeah. Well, we picked up on it, that's for sure. I'm gonna hack you out like a loogie. Okay? Don't you worry. And it's gonna be reversed, and it's gonna go right back into your lungs. You heard? That's your karma, that's your bullshit. You're gonna take that exactly where you need to take that. And TSA will check you, and don't worry about that, okay, either. Because they're gonna make sure that you dump everything out, because nothing is going for the ride. You're gonna be butt-ass naked, facing whoever you need to face in the mirror, trying to, yeah, get squared away what you need to get squared away. You're gonna have that conversation. So that's somebody's karma there. You need to take care of that. And we're not holding that. No luggage like that, and no TSA line for you like that. Now for some of you, this is something that's gonna be coming up. Just be aware that this person is a frog. For some of you, this is someone who is a frog. And you know, you may pick up on a croak or two for a hot minute or two. You may skip a heartbeat for this piece of I'm hearing launch pad, missile pad, leap pad, you know, potential, I don't even know, by. It's like, we don't know, no, I don't care. Some of you, this person's gonna not even be your type at all. I feel like they're gonna, I'm hearing something about politics here, I don't know, maybe they are into politics, I don't know, you're gonna take it as you will. Before we start getting into all of these before we get to the charms out, you know? Seems like this is where that chat is going. So, yeah, this person, may, you know, I don't know if it's quite like a moment like this, some people wait. It's like, is he my, like, Knight in Shining Armor? No, I don't think so. No, you're gonna quickly see it. It's like, oh, no. He's a frog for some of you. Okay, for some, like, then this is a past life frog. Okay, this person was a frog in the past life too, so yeah, they're just kind of like trying to be creepy at a certain point. It's like, why are you such a weird? Why are you being a weirdo? It's like, do you know how to? I'm hearing wear a headdress because you thinking you're putting on my head, honey. You all I see right now is that you're showing me which one you're gonna be wearing tonight. I don't know what in the fuck is going on. What is hello? Hello from the other side of the headdress. I don't know what that is about, guys. I'm hearing that though. I see someone wearing it. They're fucking around with something. I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of like offer they want to make you. It's like someone coming in so creepy. It's like they're wearing a headdress. I'm seeing a guy wearing a headdress here. He flipped it though, so he's talking to you through the veil part. I don't know, guys. This person gonna try to appeal to you. They're gonna try and like it's like a moment where it's like, hey, I'm like gonna pay for your dinner. It's like he's making such a big deal of that. When you sit down at the dinner table, it's like he's gonna keep saying that until he was trying to provoke you to say, oh, you know, I'll take the tab. It's like something like this. Very catfishy energies. What in the hell? For some of you, it's even like, oh no, I'm gonna act like no, I don't care if you're gonna wear a headdress. Then it's like you find out he's super fucking religious, love and light. If someone is wearing a headdress or not, however, I'm getting this message coming through, and I'm not changing no message for someone who is feeling sensitive about religion. Okay, you got some kind of belief in some system. You're gonna take that wherever you take it. Don't feel sensitive now because someone has a message about that. So I don't care. You know, if you're like getting very sensitive about no, we're not here for that. I'm sorry, not at all. Okay, let's clear it. Yeah, what is religion? If you're really true, I mean, okay, you can have your rituals, but it really is what is within, right? So, right, you can call anything a religion. I have the religion of getting on and doing astro chats, okay? I get into arguments like this all the time with people. It's like, because for some reason, I keep meeting people who are religious as well. It's like the weirdest thing. But anyways, I'm not religious. I was not brought up religious. I'm not saying anything is wrong with that necessarily, per se, but I'm just, yeah. So, but personally, I don't consider myself religious. But I keep meeting people, and we have the same conversation over and over. It's like, just weird, you know, at a certain point, because you know they're like, wow, it's like, so you're not spiritual, I guess. It's like, so do you believe in God? It's like they're almost like getting into a bit of a competition. It's like about who is more connected to spirit. It's like, okay, yeah, well, let's just say I'm not feeling guilty about half of the things you're probably feeling guilty about. So why do you feel like you need to be obeying to some, I don't know, bye. We really don't, yeah. So if you're within your own spirit and you know who your own God is, then that is your story. I don't know. And yeah, this is we're getting into this again. Wow. Well, whatever it is, whatever. Some of you may get into a conversation about this. For some of you, I'm hearing competition, Mars retro. Whatever you do, yeah, just make sure you're like giving yourself the pat on the back at the end of the conversation, though, not needing this person to agree with you, because you're gonna see the most childish, most nonsense, okay, most, just, and someone who, I mean, not, I'm hearing nunchuck worthy though of the nunchuck trophy. They want to take the trophy home for nunchucks. Okay. It's like, do you have another slide? The PowerPoint? No. It's like they just, I don't know. It's very silly. And I'm sorry, Isaac. Did I just wake you up? And so it's just, what's nunchucks? Is that nummy? Yummy? Okay, so some of you need to also protect your children. This is reminding the Cancer reading. Someone here is like a volcanic, okay, high voltage stalker, even for some of you. I'm sorry, but no, they're on that 5G stalker Wi-Fi. It's like, they're, for some of you, I hope they haven't hacked your shit. But this is someone who is just like, it could be a combination of different things. I'm kind of getting like a bit of like a, this person may be in the, let's quit on right somebody. We don't know who we're reading on, right? This is someone maybe in the public limelight, and they have different, situations going on. Let's clear. Yeah, they have different, for some of you, maybe even diagnoses. You just want to be aware, like, with people like that during a Mars retro, something about the Gulf of Mexico. I personally wouldn't, you go out of my way to be hanging out and having, you know, drinks and getting rowdy, and but you're gonna always do whatever you need to do, right? Um, but just as a heads up, you know, if you're just like, I'm feeling like I want to be more like low key with certain people during this time, it's like you're not crazy for feeling that. For somebody, this person is like hypersexual. I'm hearing something about feet. Like maybe that you feel they're like just trying to like have sex with you, and you're like, okay, I saw that you're interested physically now. I don't want you to conquer. You heard, and you're gonna go home now. Okay, yeah. Some of you need to really slap. You need to slap the truth on the table and just like make it clear. None of this like, oh, like, you know, I do like you. It's like me. No. Let's back it up and clear throat chakra. Some of you are gonna meet someone who's very maybe into you physically. Okay, they want to take their paintbrush and like slather on the paint and give it a good stroke. No, it's like they're gonna start. Okay, this is a very specific message. If you have children, please, yeah, they're gonna try and stroke themselves, like as you guys are together, but to like provoke you to like join it. Okay, no. Some of you, this person, you're gonna see it just so obviously. Okay, it's gonna be this, that's not a message for everybody, but that's, I personally wouldn't be doing no dating during this time, okay, with anybody new. But again, always take it as you will. Some people, they love their Tinder, they love their swiping game and their swiping style, and they want to do curly fonts with a swipe. Okay, it is what it is. Like, you're gonna do whatever you damn please, right? This is a plane where we are experimenting, and you're gonna experiment with what is, yeah, your experience. But you're I told you, we're gonna get you in the middle of class when you think all the children are have their heads turned, no one's paying no attention. Okay, yeah. Well, guess what? Okay, the teacher is gonna spit that wad right into your third eye, and it's gonna make sure it's gonna make sure she's programmed the wad. Yeah, so you understood. You understood. I'm hearing Wattpad. Yeah. Well, let's clear. Yeah. See a balloon here? Let's back it up. Clear throat chakra. Let's clear it all the way down the back of the throat chakra, all the way down into the root chakra. Let's clear it and ground. Let's clear it again. Yeah. Something about a birthday party. I would just like honestly just be very low key, like, yeah, that's great, like, nice, okay, just nothing like that would be sort of triggering someone's shadow Mars energy, if you know what I mean. If you guys have seen the headline news, it seems like, you know, let's clear the throat chakra again, you know, Kanye and whatever else is going on. I mean, these reptilian energies are activating. That's what's happening. I mean, it's so obvious. The shift, okay, into this the desperado mode, and what they're going to try to do is sort of, you know, scare you, right? Okay, look at me, I'm big and macho. It's like, I just literally read that. You said Saturn also. I read something about, I saw something about Arabic right there, so take it as you will. Right as I was reading your comment, must have faith about Saturn. Let's back it up, clear throat chakra. So for some of you, somebody has like even an announcement to make. It's like, this is gonna be something for some of you that like pisses you off, but it doesn't have to, right? If you realize that the child is coming from a place that is very, you know, much not heard out, and that's what's going on. This person is throwing a tantrum. They feel unheard. That's why they have to do all of these crazy, nonsensical things. Yeah, nonsensical things to feel heard. So if you just step back and you see it from that vantage point, and you know that there's always a root cause, and that it's not that immediate predicament that you're in with this individual, then you're gonna, you know, you're gonna have, you know, maybe a different way of handling, right, your reaction, because we all can have a reaction, but the reaction is coming from there's an impulse moment there, right? So if their shadow energy is triggering your shadow energy with their Mars, or triggering your Mars, then, you know, Aries energy, then that's a different story. But, you know, you can have a reaction. Everybody has Mars energy, but is it tempered with the rest of your planetary placements as well? Are you feeling like you can have something also constructive to say? If not, if you feel like you're just going to get irritated, why are you even hanging out with that person? This is what I'm hearing. Maybe there's a debate coming up. You're like, I don't know if I want to have this conversation. Anyways, some of you, someone's an illustrator for children's cartoons. It's very specific coming through. I'm seeing a cartoon here. something of a very particular cartoon. I don't know the name. It's like they're drawing little robots. Probably the reptilians just, yeah, designing their little AI bots. Anyways, yeah, it's very uninteresting. When you're, yeah, you feel it before it comes in the door. You're not fascinated by what we see. So, I would be careful with Scorpio Mars men. Triste came through in a reading. Anyways, Triste, what do you think of Scorpio? Says, what do you think of Scorpio Mars men? I think you should be careful with Scorpio Mars men. In general, I think you should be careful with people who have a lot of Scorpio, in the sense of saying, you have to really think first about yourself in that situation there, and what is your Pluto looking like? What is your Scorpio energy looking like? Your Mars energy, because Pluto can become volatile and destructive. Okay, it's truly like a volcano, right? So first of all, how far are you into your shadow work? That's a huge question. Are you really in that space where you are in that sanctuary where you love yourself and you don't need to feel, triggered to also feel loved? This is what I'm hearing. If we are still deriving a sense of satisfaction and gratitude from others by way of our Pluto, okay, we're, power plays and power struggles and competition that is destructive to the self-love space and the sanctuary that we hold of the higher knowingness of where we come from and the source, then, we'll have that regenerative powerhouse that supports that conversation. Otherwise, it's going to be a mess. This is what I'm getting from guides. This is how I've worked with Pluto energy, and this is how I've seen Pluto energy, and this is my download on Pluto. So, I mean, personally, when I see someone has Mars in Scorpio, I want to have nothing to do with that person until I really do know very well what they're doing in their story when it comes to that frequency. Do you have a proper outlet for that, or is it turning into this space of, because you can be extremely, passionate with that, but that's so fragmented, right? That right there, that's like that should be like the cherry on top. You got to look at the cupcake, because even someone who is so grounded, right, can have moments. And personally, I would look at the birth chart and see what else is going on there, personally. So yeah, I would be really just aware, yeah. And in general, I would be aware when you're meeting anybody with a lot of Scorpio. It's like, what is going on right now? Is this person just like pulling me in? And have they, let's go ahead and throw, are they projecting the pulling in? Because that is a magnetic energy, right? Pluto is magnetic. So it's like, what is going on here? Is this it's really, yeah, I have that. It's really kind of like an access. So you just will feel it if you are ready to really ask that question of yourself. You'll be able to tell, is this person in the higher Pluto energy or in their lower shadow prior to the Phoenix rising, right from the ashes sort of experience. So, yeah, this is my answer. I mean, I have yet to really meet a highly evolved Scorpio masculine. I tend to attract and interact with a lot of Scorpios, or people with a lot of Scorpio in general, and yeah, I don't know. I found it's like, because I'm also Scorpio rising and I have Pluto my rising and Mars in the 8th, usually I'm triggering a lot of their shadow energies that are related to their toxic masculine patterns. Because usually it's sun sign Scorpio as well that I come into contact with. So that's their masculine form of, yeah, self-expression with the solar energies. Anyways, yeah, but that's my take, but someone else may, yeah, that's my message there on that Scorpio Mars men. But I mean, yeah, very it starts to become a cheap trick, though. It's like, okay, I understood, like, yeah, you can really, but then you see it. And so it was interesting because I went through this moment, we'll say, of just meeting a lot of Scorpio men. It was really weird. It was like it's almost like cookie cutter, and they're all very similar energy, like the way that they sort of like start out, and the whole, it's like, a little bit like a Build-A-Bear vibe. It's like, okay, I got you. I saw the factory backstage, how the fluffing goes in. I understood, and it just loses its initial sort of allure, I have to be honest, because then you go through, the transcendence that you experience once you come into contact with a Scorpion, once you transcend that shadow of your own story with your own personal Pluto, then you sort of see that Scorpio energy from a different standpoint. And you're not just like, wow, like fascinated by it, right? So when you get into contact and in touch with your own personal Pluto energy that is empowered, then you're not mesmerized by it. So yeah, because they can kind of have this sort of luster and this sort of, you know, the it's a magical energy. It really is, right? Magnetic. So, but really, really is important to know if that person is ascended and if they are awakened and if they are, yeah. So let's go. Really strong Mars or Pluto can be extremely toxic, and let's go and sacral in the room. No, yeah. So they can just bring up a lot, yeah, of the underworld energies, and it's like, sorry, are you like, yeah, are you on behalf, what side do you want, shadow or light? And they are symbiotic, right? So, but you, right, yeah, it's important for you to decide, and you have the will. Let's clear in the throat chakra. You have your will to, and you always have your space to decide what it is and what spectrum you reside on. And so the thing with Pluto is it can be very controlling as well. When you're around someone who's a lot of Scorpio, you almost can have this tendency to just sort of start, you know, going with the wave. And so it is a water sign, okay? But there's this submergent sort of impact that Scorpio can have. And it's important to know who you are before you get into contact with someone who's a lot of Scorpio. Maybe that wasn't really the answer you're looking for. Were you looking more for like how's the sex? Well, okay, Mars and Scorpio, yeah, very passionate, very intense, I would assume. I think I have, met a few people with a Mars and Scorpio. I've met a few people with Mars and Scorpio. It's usually, though, really hard to get to know a Scorpio really, 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 like, I mean, aside from what you can pick up on as an empath, but you know, when it really comes down to it, there's like so much just running away. Personally, this is what I've experienced. And I've met, I mean, a lot of Scorpio males. Maybe it's because I'm Pluto rising. Maybe they're freaked out. It's like, no, I can't go near her. She's got, yeah, the Pluto in the Scorpio on the rising. It's like, with, you know, conjunct practically the moon. Oh no, it's like, you know, very triggering. Okay, on my sun, I can. It's like, wait, what happened to like me? I don't know. Well, because Pluto will also show you your shadow, and it will encourage you to destroy your shadow if that person is in their higher form of Pluto. Otherwise, it can turn to a whole manipulative mess for the pulling you back into your shadow, back into, yeah. So keeping you in the darkness. This is an axis. So either you are, yeah, but you're ready to experience Pluto, right? And that's for you to gauge. Let's go. But it can really go down a rabbit hole where, you know, it can become kind of this like really super alluring addictive energy. Scorpio in general, not just Mars, but just Scorpio in general. Anything else? Yeah, so yeah, but yet again, you know, I think usually it's just kind of like freaky when you also meet someone who is shining a flashlight on your solar energy, right? So if you meet someone who has their Mars on your sun sign, for example, it may feel kind of weird. Or, for example, they bring their Pluto to your Mars, you know, that's gonna feel like you have, yeah. So, anyways, but yeah, let's back it up. Anyways, it's kind of like intense. So, can you experience that with staying grounded at the same time? Then go for it. Obviously, talk to your birth practitioner, general video, and use logic. Any other questions? So, what other Mars signs? For some reason, I'm able to always pinpoint Mars in Capricorn. For some reason, it's like I see someone walking down the street, I could just tell immediately. I'm like, they have a Mars in Cap. There's no question. It's like, oh, it's so clear. Yeah. It's interesting. Mars and Cap. I've actually dated a few people of Mars and Cap. They weren't both Capricorn, but they were both very Mars. Like I could see the Mars and Cap is just honestly, I find it kind of annoying a little bit. I have a Mars in Gemini and my Venus is in Aries, and I just have no time for that. Like, why are you waiting so long to like elevate into the next phase of a relationship? Like, this is a little bit too freaked out energy with the Mars and Cap. From what I have experienced personally, it's a little aloof, cold. It's like distant, disconnected. It's like a little too much of this material focus. Love and light to those. I know some people in this chat may have a Mars and Earth. But like personally, I'm just giving my 2 cents, right? Everybody's entitled to their experience. I personally get very irritated. It's like, unless this is your teacher or your, your trainer, or they are like your, I don't know, your coach or whatever, like, it's a little bit like too frigid. And personally, yeah, I don't know. As a water sign, fire sign combo with overall a lot of fire, but then I keep attracting those people, which is very interesting. But my North Node is in Capricorn, so yeah, it's not always what we want to experience, I guess, is the lessons that we're calling on, right, and upon from our higher self. But yeah, feel free to enlighten if you are Mars and Capricorn. Share, what is it like? I mean, yeah, because personally, I'm just like, I get really irritated. It's like, I feel like it's too slow for me. It's too aloof. And it's stubborn as well. Any other Mars signs? I feel like you can usually tell a Mars in Libra. That's also another one. Oh, you've dated Mars and Cap, yeah. Interesting. What is that like? Barefoot Empress. I am Mars and Cap. I'm talking so far about masculines that I've dated. I've known a lot of Capricorns. A lot. For some reason, I meet a lot of Capricorns and a lot of Scorpios. Libra masculine men have really just really chiseled the placard in terms of the reputation for me. I had enough experiences with Libra men to just kind of have a statue of that zodiac sign in my mind. It's like sitting somewhere very particular. I'm sorry, but like on the fringe of the heart space, because personally I feel like Libras are just too fucking aloof. It's like too aloof and too cold and logical for my taste. Okay, this reading, okay, clearly this is the astro chart where it's like we have too many followers. Spirit's like, gotta just shear it down. Just shearing it down. Make a nice wool out of, yeah, the snake skin of the ex followers. I don't know. Let's clear it. It would look good because they're all Libra. This is the worst joke. This is a 5 a.m. joke. I don't know anymore, guys. So yeah, what? No, it's all good. Maybe yeah. Well, I know too well how I feel about Libras. That's why it's very clear. But everyone has their experiences, right? It's too airy personally. Personally, when it comes to like dating a masculine energy, I just want to like slap a bitch. I'm sorry, I do. I have to be very honest here. No, I do. I just want to slap a bitch every time I meet a Libra. I don't know. They're very sweet. It's very sweet, but like at first, and then it's like very romantic, and it's very. I'm talking about the people I've met. Okay, I'm not talking about everybody, guys. Right? I mean, there are different types of people. Everyone will prove astrology wrong at a certain point, but different side of it. But personally, the Libra masculines I've met, and just to be fair, I haven't seen the rest of their chart. Okay, but what I remember is that they were Sun sign Libra, and like for some reason, it's like every Libra, it's like you just never know. It's like as someone who has a lot of, you just never know what the hell is actually going on. It's like. It's too diplomatic. It's way too much for the gram vibes. It's like way too much for like, let me just like be her friend still. It's like, no, don't be my friend. I just need to know where you are at. Okay, with your sausage patty morning breakfast, what condiments you're using. Can you have an opinion already? It's like, oh my god, this is definitely a reading. Because we got too many followers. Spirit's like, no, Nat, don't worry. Keep going. We're just shearing it. You're gonna feel lighter. Don't worry. No, but I can't with Libra masculines. Personally. And if there's too much Libra in the chart, it's just like, it's dangerous, you know? And then it's, I mean, yeah. And then it feels very fairy tale like in the beginning. It feels very, you know, wow. It's like, and then it's like almost too good to be true, too sweet. And then it just, you know, I don't know. It just, yeah. Personally, I feel like I need more earth energy and I need more fire. Yeah, but this is not about me. I'm perfectly fine. Listen, none of what 6 years now, right? With a Zayak. With a Zayak in my pocket, and the other hand in a peace sign. But yeah, went from paradise to prison. So Virgo, like, yeah, it really did. Yeah, cause like then they started acting kind of weird. Like then they flaked. Then they became flaky. It was like what I felt with a Libra is that they mirror you they mirror your feminine energy. So it's like, wow, interesting. Are you mirroring me? It's like, okay. Let's clear this retrograde. It's like, are you like, wow, yeah, wow. It seems like are you really into me? It's like, I don't know. Maybe personally, I always feel kind of masculine around Libra men. Yeah, I don't know. Personally, it's like, are you sure you can do this? Oh my god, this is so bad. This is like unedited after hours alchemy and you. No, what? This is personal. This is personal. You don't have to own this opinion as well, right? I don't know. I personally, I don't own this opinion. This is my I'm leasing this for now. This is my personal opinion for now. All right. This is based on my experience. You know what I'm saying? Anyways. And I may have more. Who knows? But as of, yeah. So, but like, no, like at first it's like, wow, he's like mirroring me. Okay? It's like you start feeling like, yeah, but then I don't know, I feel like, yeah. I need more fire and water. Maybe those people had a lot of earth in their chart, or a lot of air in their chart, and earth maybe. So actually, wait. Now that I recall, yeah, I'm always meeting. I'm meeting a lot who have Libra and Scorpio specifically with like earth, which I don't know how good that goes because it's a little too like it's too reserved for me, you know, and so I'm still figuring out, you know, what is so-called right for me, right? What would I feel most resonant with? And I feel like I need more assertion. The thing about Scorpio is when you meet a Scorpio, you could feel the intensity underneath the surface. It's like, I know what volcanoes are like. Are we gonna erupt like at the same time, or is it gonna be a whole weird like, I'm gonna ghost you now, I'm gonna stop talking because I'm feeling triggered, you know? It's like, oh my god. I mean, how is it gonna go down? It's like, and then it's like too reserved. But I think I'm just meeting so many people who have like stelliums in Scorpio. I've met like 5 people who have I mean, I'm talking like 5 planets in Scorpio. And I've met several Scorpio stelliums who have a moon in Aquarius. It's just like bizarre. I don't know. Something in the past life. But yeah, so I feel like, I don't know, personally I need more like Capricorn. Put some Capricorn in there, maybe some Taurus. I have known a Taurus. Capricorn though, because that's my North Node as well. There's something that feels constructive, like about relationships that have, you know, been with where there's a lot of Capricorn energy present. Where there's a lot of Capricorn energy present, I usually feel like there's some kind of sense of purpose. Like you feel like there is, yeah, sense of purpose. By the way, if you're curious as to, yeah, your relationship, that's the personal reading that I offer on my website, alchemyandyou.com. That's the archetypes reading, which is, as a heads up, this is what I do there when I'm talking astrology within the spectrum of the private reading, or just in general with synastry. This is the approach I take, and I created a deck specifically for this because North Node is really important. Like when you're looking at dating and these such things, really important because it's kind of like where the wave is going. Okay, it's the direction of the direction of the wave, of the way of the wave. So Anyways, North Node energy is like usually it feels right, but anyways, I feel like fire energy. I need some fire energy. I need some good Leo in there, some good Aries, and then maybe some Scorpio and some Earth. Please don't bring no Libra around here. I don't know. Left hand light to my chart, maybe, you know, to my chart. Let's clear on this throat chart. Yeah, so interesting. What's happening? Jesper. Oh no. We're about to lose Jesper. Jesper said, well, that's a very interesting name. Well, I have a lot of significant Libras in my life. Twin flame, son, father, ex-wife. Okay. Jesper, you still here? Yeah. It was like, that was like in place of goodbye. So when you come back and you scroll through and you realize Jesper no longer comments, you know why. I'm gonna leave my writing on the wall here, you know. Okay. We love you, Jesper. Anyway, so I was looking at the person in the chat the other day. I'm leaving the chat in the first like 5 seconds of us starting the reading. Like, bye. Oh my god. Okay, let's clear. Who was that? Does your name start with a B? Let's continue. Oh yeah, it was just the letter B, I think. Or right? Yeah, it was just the letter B. So now what's going on? What else? What about Gemini? But yeah, if there's too much Cap in the chart, it starts to feel kind of blinky. Like, this person's just like blinking at you. It's like, I need you to make a move. No. It's like, you need to squirt do you see I'm hot for the ketchup? You need to squirt it on the hot dog. That's right. And then you need to, maybe feed it to me. Get some assertion going. I don't know. This is bad. But this is my personal experience. All right. Now onto Gemini. Got a sheer. We yanked some Libras out. We yanked some Caps. Okay. What else? Geminis. Have too many Gemini followers. What's going on with Gemini? Personally, I've known a lot of Geminis. Okay, this is starting to sound like the same thing. Right, yeah, I've known a lot. Okay, but no, there are some signs that I know 0 Pisces masculines, except for one person that I just kind of worked with. I have a relative who's a Pisces masculine. Other than that, I know absolutely 0 Pisces masculines, and I have never dated a Pisces masculine. I'm not familiar with that. Okay, they just don't come around this neck of the woods very often. What else? I've known Leo masculines. What else? The Geminis. I feel like Geminis, I'm just rattling off. No one's even asking about any of this. Started with Mars and Scorpio. Anyways, yeah. So, but, I don't know. Gemini, I've known Gemini feminines and masculines. Like, it's like blah, 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 blah. It's like I'll meet at least like 2 Geminis a year. So yeah, but my Mars in Gemini, and baby Isaac is a Gemini. He's a Gemini sun sign. So yeah, my cousin's a Gemini. I got a lot of Geminis. It's really bizarre because if you actually like